Impossible dream to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear.
Ladies and gentlemen, Australian football deserves this. My very good friend Mike Brady wrote and recorded Up There Gazelle, and here he is now to sing it for you. Go, Michael, go!
Mike Brady.
Well, you work to earn a living, but on weekends comes the time you can do whatever turns you on. Get out and clear your mind. Me.
Cities that never close down, like New York, Rio, and old London town. But no matter how far or how wide I roam, I still call Australia home.
Now a recognised actor, star of Jesus Christ Superstar, a great stage performer with over 20 hit records to his credit. Would you give a VFL Grand Final welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Mr. John English.
Jeez. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the premier sporting event in Australia. We are going to 7 countries, 30 million people are watching. The stars of this segment are you and you. When we get to the point where you've got to wave them, wave anything you're holding, big and loud, and sing along, except for the blokes over by the toilet block. The jolly swag man came by a billabong under the shade of a coolabah tree, and he sang and he watched and waited till his Billy boy and you come a-waltzing Matilda with me.
To introduce one of Australia's most popular ambassadors, a man whose talent is hard to tie down, where he writes, sings, paints and entertains young and old with song and story. Recently, he led a contingent of Australian talent during the Australian Week concert at the World's Fair in Knoxville, Tennessee. And later this month, he'll be in Brisbane to open the Commonwealth Games. So let here at the grand final day of the 1982 season welcome him with a real Melbourne welcome to the 1982 grand final. To make the rafters ring is that great Australian international, Mr. Rolf Harris.
sing something. Just help me and start off very quietly and we'll build it to some sort of a fantastic finale, okay? I'll tell you when. Here we go. Once a jolly swag man camped by a billabong under the shade of the coolabah tree, and he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boy you come along, sing Matilda with me. Let's hear ya!
And he sang as he stuffed that jumbuck in his stuffy bag. Come along, sing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda. You come waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang as he stuffed that jumbuck in his stuffy bag. Come along, sing Matilda. Up rode the squatter, mounted on his thoroughbred. Down came the troopers, 1, 2, 3.
Our special guest this year is the man who is Australia. Born David Gordon Kirkpatrick, the film of his life story opens in Melbourne next month, and it's called simply The Slim Dusty Movie. Would you please make welcome to this grand final day, the one day in September, Slim Dusty.
Thank you very much indeed. It's great to be here for such a great event. I'm sure you're going to see a great game, and a big welcome, very friendly Australian welcome to the world looking in on this very special occasion. Thank you very much. Here we go right now. Once a jolly swagman camped by a billabong under the shade of a coolabah tree, and he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. Come a waltzing Matilda with me.
We hope to do it today. Well, let's go once again back to our Master of Ceremonies, Ron Casey.
Ladies and gentlemen, back to Melbourne from the country and western capital of the world, Nashville, Tennessee. As your special guest, would you welcome one of Australia's great artists as she presents on this grand final day in 1958, our country's most loved bush folk song. Would you welcome Australia's own Miss Diana Trask.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I can't tell you what this means to me, ladies and gentlemen, because I've sat up there in those stands as a little kid, and this is really a very special dream come true. And thank you so much for inviting me home. Thank you. Thank you. Once a jolly swagman down by the billabong, under the shade of a coolabah tree, and he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. You come waltzing Matilda with me.
Let's go down now once again to our Master of Ceremonies, Ron Casey.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, would you please stand for the Australian flag as Olivia Newton John leads us in Advance Australia Fair.
by that billabong. You'll come a-waltzing Matilda with me.
Once a jolly swagman camped down by a billabong under the shade of a coolabah tree, and he sang as he watched, and he waited till his belly boiled. He sang, "You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me."
It's time for entertainment now, and here comes John Farnham, one of Australia's most popular entertainers and certainly making his name in the international field as he comes out onto the ground. We shall be hearing from John, and one of the most popular songs in Australia. First up, it's not our anthem, but it could well be. Farnham has had huge success in the recording industry, particularly in the past couple of years. And let's welcome him now with Waltzing Matilda.
Oh, yeah!
Once a jolly swagman camped by a billabong under the shade of a coolabah tree, and he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boy, "Ooh, come waltzing Matilda with me."
Not an empty seat in the cricket ground now, a completely full stadium, and each year the AFL invites a special guest to sing Waltzing Matilda at the Grand Final. This year it's the boy from Northcote, Normie Rowe, who was Australia's first pop star in the 1960s. Remember those great songs like K Sarah Sarah, It Ain't Necessarily So, and Shaking All Over? And even more recently as one of the stars of the Australian production of Les Miserables. Normie's a real Essendon supporter. He's been allowed to go down in the rooms before the game, and this must be one of the great moments of his life because he does have a sporting heritage. Normie Rowe about to sing for us Waltzing Matilda.
Once a jolly swagman camped by a billabong under the shade of a coolabah tree, and he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. "You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me."
Under the shade of the coolabah tree, and he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. "You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me."
Would you please stand for the national anthem to be performed by Joan Carden, accompanied by the Australian Army Band Melbourne and the Victorian Children's Choir.
The
to sing Waltzing Matilda, an avid football fan and a wonderful lady, please welcome at centre field, Maroochy Barambah.
Join in, Aussies, this is our song.
Once a jolly swagman camped by a billabong under the shade of a coolabah tree, and he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. Oh, come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, oh, come a waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. Oh, come a waltzing Matilda with me.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand for the national anthem to be performed by Judith Durham the Seekers, accompanied by the Australian Army Band Melbourne, the Australian Army Band Sydney, and the Victorian State Children's Choir.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free. With golden sword, 12 octave, our home is heard by sea. A land abounds in nature's gifts, of beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance us fair.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tina Arena.
Once a jolly swagman camped by a billabong under the shade of a coolabah tree, and he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. You come a waltzing Matilda with me.
Today is not simply about sport and sporting heroes. It's about Australia and our stars of entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome this gifted nation's musical artists. James Morrison, Tommy Emmanuel, Maestro Tommy Tico, Nathan Cavalieri, and the superb Marina Bryant.
Jolly swagman camped by a billabong under the shade of a coolabah tree, and he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time now for us to prepare for yet another great chapter in Australian sporting folklore in the most traditional way of all. On this last Saturday in September, would you please be upstanding for the national anthem to be performed by Rob Guest. Our thoughts with all Australians on peacekeeping duty in East Timor. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please be upstanding for the national anthem to be performed by Human Nature.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice.
Ladies and gentlemen, Coca-Cola and the Australian Football League welcome you to the 2000 Grand Final. Would you please be upstanding for the national anthem of Australia to be performed by Tanya Doko.